You hear that in the background? It's one of those beautiful sunny summer days where everyone wants to go sit outside and they bring their newborn children who can do nothing but eat, poop, scream and sleep. But sleeping not really, because they're too busy pooping and screaming to be sleeping. And speaking of small things, this is the UE-57 tier whatever French tank destroyer that is really small. It's literally just a gun on tracks, that's it. And if I'm honest, I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be the guy that says it. I hate it. I see no point in playing low tiers. I despise it. Like it's fun that you picked this because of course it's one of those meme tanks. It's the put tanks. But I hate it. I really I get spotted and I die. That's how much I hate it. It's not shit. Now, Fjords is not a good representation of a map that I can do a lot on in the UE-57, and Glacier is again one of those maps where I just cannot really do a lot. I can sit in base and put in a bunch of shots, like 3 blind shots on this, whatever it was, MTLS, that was what words. And so I have to drive to a different position. But my team is too busy ruffle stomping for me to do anything, because if I'm aggressive, I die. It's a low armor tank destroyer. Now, of course, this is low tier, so you are bound to meet Panzer B2s and Panzer 2Js. So my next option is to fire beam with a Panzer B2, and that was my last shot. It actually hit. It penned, but I can do nothing more because everyone died and my team ruffle stomped. So the UE-57 needs like 2 different types of maps. One is Mines, a small map where people are just kind of sitting out in the open. And there's a lot of... Oh shit, I missed the first one. I'll hit the second one though. Ah shit. Where people are just kind of stupid and sit out in the open, or you have lots of lines of fire. And Mines is one of those. I can sit on the hill in base and there's like 4 or 5 lines of fire I can shoot into. The other type of map is Madanovka or Prokhorovka. Long, open fields where me, in a very sneaky small tank destroyer with a full camo crew, can just sit and keep my mouse button pressed as people drive towards me. For you, maybe 2.5 minutes have gone by. For me, it's like 10-15 minutes and the baby is still crying. I don't know what, he's a persistent crier, that's for sure. This... M2 medium just sat out in the open, had no clue what he was doing. Now, Mr. Martyr 2, I don't want you to move so I can shoot the enemy over your tracks. Now, don't move, okay? I don't move. Shh, shh, shh. It's okay, it's okay. First one misses. Second one misses. I don't know where these shots are going. Come on, please hit for once. There's one thing I've noticed about the UE-57 that's going to be abundantly clear in the next game. For some reason, this tank... This small, cute, little French put tank has no gun depression. Oh, it has some. But this is the happiest tank around because it has -2, I think, gun depression. That's nothing. -2 is literally nothing. I can aim the gun up. And that's just where it's going to be stuck at. It's just happy, look at the sky tank. Nothing like this, look below because we're sad and have to shoot enemies. No. Look up, look at the sky, look at the beauty, the potential of the sky as we're being shot at by Panzer 1Cs. Well, not in this game, but you know. Yeah, we won this game by pretty good numbers actually, and I tried to throw myself off, maybe kill myself, but no. I thought it would be appropriate for this particular video to be accompanied by a song called Memes. I am not even kidding. This song is actually called Memes, if you want to look at it or listen to it. You've been doing so for the last 4.5 minutes. I mean, shit. And this is where the kind of difficulties with gun depression seem to start. I want to shoot this Valentine AT, but I just cannot get the gun down. This tank wobbles a lot when you move forwards and backwards. This tank is just a big, fat, great tanky swing. It goes up and down, front and back, weedy wada, boobity bada, sheepy dada, and then you try and look at that, what the gun does. There's no point in actually trying to like stop and fire because you have to stop. You have to make the tank stop wiggling about before it can finally fire the gun. This is why this tank is only good on maps with great lines of fire. Now you might think that, oh, Malanovka is a pretty good map with great lines of fire. Yeah, it actually is. If my team didn't go to the 890 line and the enemy team didn't pretty much go to the 890 line, then yeah, I would have had great lines of fire shooting from this position, or maybe the 1 line. And I'm not sure if I could have helped my team on the 890 line, because my team is trying to be aggressive at least on there, but they're kind of failing. We're down 5 tanks already. I got spotted, and that is always bad news in a small lightly armored tank like this. 120 damage taken. Okay. Oh, and the aim time on this tank is not great. And there's something else I really didn't realize or remember about this tank. The gun arc, you know, going left and right, is tiny! It is small, so you have to move the tank a lot to get shots on the enemies, which means that you're gonna have to move the tank, which means your gun will bloom like a really big, pretty flower during summer. Wish I could hit these shots, though. Hey, that's 1. That's great. Good news. And here I tried to use the wiggling of the tank to get the gun depression to shoot the enemy Valentine, but I die because I get spooked. And my team died as well. And with that, we are already going into the final game. Have a look at that nozzle. I think that's a really nice looking nozzle. And we drive into the battle, but before we notice, we can already drive back to defend our base. I've literally done nothing except for driving at this point. First shot of the game. Will it be a hit? Will it be a miss? It will be a hit. And with that, we start a successful, in my opinion, base defense. I don't really pay attention, and one Panzer once he actually drove around. First shot, I also am thinking that would be enough. It wouldn't. Second shot does hit and does kill him. So now we're going to have to deal with a M1542, one of those new Italian low-tier medium tanks. And I'm thinking, what's his DPM? Can I kill him? Probably not thinking about it. So I drive backwards, hoping that this Matilda would come to the rescue. Fire 1 shot, take 1 shot, I miss, he hits. And this Matilda actually comes to the rescue, is here to save the day. He's going to rescue me and the team, and he's dead. Ay, Dios mío. But the Italian tank does take a shot, which means that I can finish him off. Great job! T-29 on the enemy team is just sitting out in the open with his side towards me. There's a Panzer 1C driving towards him. I am unloading on him. There's no point in him playing this game anymore. He dies. I see the Marder 3018. I'm thinking, I can get a few shots off, but Wargaming's modeling of the hill makes me not get shots. I have to drive out a bit more, and that aim time. Oh, I could have killed him by now already, but that aim time really messes with me. And then I notice, I see a Valentine. I spot a Valentine. Holy shit! That is bad news bears if I've ever seen one. He was unspotted so far the entire time, and then he suddenly pops up behind me. I'm dead. He hits me. He only tracks me, but that means I'm not fast enough anymore to escape from him. So at this point, I see that I'm the last on my team. I'm never going to win this. I might as well just turn around and hopefully get a shot off. And the traverse of this tank is not fast enough for me to get a shot off onto the Valentine. Well, that certainly was an experience. Not gonna keep this tank, no point.